Hello there lads and lassies, welcome to Drowning. Now before we start I'd just like to say thank you to the developer for sending me this, the key for it. This is in the PlayStation 4 we're playing this just now. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the game is properly about, but it's something we're going to discover together. I heard it's quite a short game, but I'm going to restrict it to my usual 10 to 15 minutes of gameplay for a quick look. If it takes less time than that, then so be it. If it takes longer than that, then at least you've got a general idea of what the game is going to be like, and judge whether you want to get it for yourselves or not. Anyway, let's get into the game, see what happens with it. So we've got a low wedding. Oh, we've got a trophy already. New game. That's kind of a thing that happens, I don't know why. Year 8. Okay. Oh, it's first person. Hello. We seem to be in some sort of a forest. Okay, let's go for a walk. Can we do anything? I still remember the day we first met. I'm walking through your letters. I was in year 8 and you had no friends. Okay. I wonder what's going to happen. While I was alone, you came and sat next to me. You can run by pressing the X button. Yeah, it is X button. Though you never said anything. I hardly recognized you were there. Okay. You were quiet, like me. Quite a nice wee forest area, actually. Every time I was alone, you would come and visit. But you wouldn't say anything. Okay, I'm waiting for more words here. Oh, there we go. Weeks went by. I'm just watching the background sort of changing up a little bit. And you still wouldn't talk to me. This is the kind of world you would actually like to see in VR. So I ignored you. And you left me alone. That's what happens when you ignore someone. They do leave you alone. Kind of getting a feeling like this might be a walking sim. Oh, something up here. It wasn't long after you left until the holidays started. And my family decided to go overseas. It was my first time on a plane, so I was kind of nervous. I'm always nervous when it comes to flying. But I eventually overcame my fear. I'm not scared of it, I just have this weird thing about flying. I like to sleep during flights if I ever go flying. But I end up putting my head on someone's shoulder usually. While we were overseas, we mainly did stuff with our family. It's like walking through a story. It was a lot of fun. Oh, I got an itchy face. I didn't think life could get any better. And definitely not worse. Why was it that bad? And as such, I didn't want to. As much as I didn't want to, we had to leave. But all good things must come to an end. So I'm just trying to figure out how to press the X button and walk at the same time as trying to move my head around at the same time. It's kind of a weird way of doing it. Maybe like if they'd rebound the buttons. We arrived home on the last day of the holidays. Life is good. Well, isn't that nice? It's a nice thing to happen. Life is good. But then school started. Gonna get distracted by the world loading up in the background there. And you were there. But you were different. Different how? I wonder. You seemed more confident. But no one liked you. Well, that's not very nice. Hang on, I need to... Ah! Oh, okay. I have to pause for a second. No, I can't. Okay, we can't change the bindings. A nice waterfall over there. I don't understand why. You seem fine to me. So we became friends. Every day, you opened up a little more. Let's see what else. And you started talking to me. We became close. See, I'm wondering if there's anything other than this sort of walking through this stylistic valley. Later that week, I told another friend about you. He warned me that you were dangerous. Ooh, danger! Danger! I felt it! But I didn't see how. So I ignored what he said. Okay. After all, he barely knew you. There's one word I always get mixed up. After all, which is after space all or after all one word. Soon after, we became friends. Wasn't that nice? It's kind of a nice thing to happen. He started telling me strange things. He told me one of my good friends didn't want me as their friend anymore. Oh, that's not kind of... made no sense. So I just ignored you, hoping you would leave me alone. Well then. Okay, well I'm guessing this is to symbolize them ignoring them. But you never did. What? There's birds on my ceiling just now, well, my roof, tapping everything just now. You kept going. Think of magpies or something. Telling me the same thing over and over again. And you got louder. I started to believe what you were saying. I didn't know what to do. So I decided the best thing to do was to let you keep going. And pretend I didn't care. I'm wondering if anything different is going to happen, or this is the extent of the game. If it's just a walking story. It took a while. Because if it is, I mean, it's... I don't know, but eventually became a voice at the back of my head. I realise this is probably someone's actual real life story. I couldn't forget what you said. And, hang on, it's like your voice was stuck on an endless loop. And I believed every word. I'm just gonna stop walking for a second. I understand this is someone's, like, maybe personal story that they wanted to get out there in the form of a game or something, and, you know, it's admirable. I like the fact the words stay behind you and stuff. But in terms of, like, grabbing my attention, I'm not... The music and the atmosphere of the game, where we are right now, hang on, you convinced me, is kind of not bringing me into the world that the story's trying to tell. My friend didn't need me, apparently. You guys keep reading those while I sort of explain what I'm trying to get through here. I enjoy the odd walking simulator type game. I enjoy playing them, I enjoy the storyline, but the problem is that the story and the atmosphere and the music really has to go with the tale that you're telling. And so far, I mean, this is a very calm, relaxing atmosphere, and the story is called Drowning. Now, this is only based on a few minutes of my own personal sort of gameplay, but I'm curious to know how the story would progress, but not that curious, if you know what I mean. However, this is not me saying this is a bad game. This may be a fantastic story from start to finish, but for the purposes of doing a quick look / review / checking this game out to see if it's something that I would be interested in playing for more than 10-15 minutes or so. I think that this game has potentially just not really dragged me into it. If this was just something where I was just walking around this area without the words or something like this, and it was just like enjoy a nice walk in the forest, you know, and maybe if it was in like virtual reality or something, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But the fact this is meant to be like a story where you're learning about people's lives and things like that, this walk through these random woods with no other people around, no discerning items or anything really. I mean, it sounds like they're school kids or something, and this doesn't seem like something a school kid would do. It would be just to walk through this endless sort of glade, trying to, you know, talking to themselves or maybe reading out their own diary. And the music doesn't really bring me to the thoughts of this story as something that's going to be overly dramatic or underly dramatic or anything. The music just is a nice walk in the woods kind of music idea. So, in essence, oh, got a loading screen, hang on. Maybe I'm not giving it enough of a chance. We've got a couple of minutes left. We'll see what's happening here. I was happy for school to start so I could see my friends. So we're in year 9, the sky is a little bit darker. The grass is a little bit greener by the looks of it. So yeah, you just keep on reading this because it's a bit windier. Right, I'm actually gonna stop walking just now because I just want to say, like I've been saying there the entire time, the game in itself is potentially something that will get a lot more interesting later on. But for me, one of my main things about doing these quick looks is that the game has to grab you within the first 10 to 15 minutes. The first 10 to 15 minutes are generally crucial for whether you want to continue to play a game or not. This game has not grabbed me in that way. However, there is a story behind it, so don't think I'm putting this down just because of a story. The story is not the problem. The story is potentially a good story. It's someone's, you know, from someone's head. You know, they've taken the time to write this. They've taken the time to put these graphics all together, but they just don't mesh for me. So, for me personally, this is not a game that I would play till the end. And I'm probably going to regret that someday, because this game will probably be one of those ones where the big YouTubers will play it and everyone will be like, oh my god, why didn't you finish that? But me personally, right now, right this second, saying to you that this is not a game that has grabbed me in the way that I think it probably should have. The music, the atmosphere and everything is not indicative to what the story's trying to tell me. But my opinion is my opinion alone. Make up your own minds. If you watch this and you like the look of it, or you've watched someone else playing it and you think to yourself, well, what are you talking about? This is a great game. That's your opinion. But let me know what your opinions are in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time. But for now, this has been Drowning, and thank you again to the developers for giving me a key for it. And I'm sorry, but it's just not grabbing my attention. But anyway, thanks so much. And I'll catch you next time. But until then, bye-bye.